Hey guys, what's going on? Coach Justin here from Ultimate Baseball Training, and today I have some great outfield tips for you guys. We're going to be talking about fielding the baseball in different situations. Every situation in the game of baseball is different. It's always changing. You always have to be thinking. It's truly a thinking man's game, okay? So I'm going to give you just a few outfield fundamentals to make it a little bit easier to know exactly what to do in different situations. Before we hop into the video, I actually created a free bat speed workout for you. All you have to do to improve your bat speed 5, 10, even 15 miles an hour, the first step is to click the link below this video in the description. Go sign up, okay? I just need your email address and I will immediately send you that free bat speed workout, all right? So thank you guys for clicking and watching this video. And without further ado, let's get into it. All right, guys, so the very first situation I want to talk about is when nobody is on base, all right? This is, maybe the start of a fresh inning, or maybe you got one out or something like that. But anyway, no base runners on base. The most important thing that you have to remember as an outfielder, guys, is we are literally the last reserve. I like to think of us as a safety in football. If anybody gets behind the safety, if a receiver breaks away and gets behind the safety, or if a running back, shakes the safety, he is gone for a touchdown. So we can't let anything get behind us. We have to keep everything in front. So that is number one. I don't care how necessarily you field the ball. A lot of it has to be comfort, okay? But make sure that you do everything you possibly can to keep the baseball in front. All right, so nobody on base. If it's just a regular, sort of lazy ground ball, routine ground ball hits your way, then you can, field it really one of two ways. You can, number one, field it somewhat like an infielder, so you can just, get into an athletic position and bend over and field the ball like an infielder. Again, we're squaring it up, making sure it stays in front. Even if it takes a bad hop, it's going to bounce off of our chest and stay in front of us. So that's one way you can do it if it's just a super lazy, regular, routine ground ball. If it's a screaming line drive or a screaming ground ball, it's got a little more heat on it. What I personally like to do is I like to get down like this, almost down to a knee, or you can even get down on your knee, okay? Just make sure, nobody on base, you don't have runners running all over the bases, but you want to make sure that you body the baseball up and keep everything in front again. So, really two ways there. I personally, for you younger players, just to make sure you keep it in front, I'd probably recommend at least getting down like this. You don't necessarily have to drop all the way to your knee. You can, all right, but just do this. So I have my glove on my left hand. I'm a right-handed thrower, so I actually put my right knee down and body it up just like this and watch the baseball all the way into my glove. And then as soon as we field the baseball, we don't want to stay down here. We want to hop up into a good solid throwing position so we're 100% ready to go if that guy tries to take second or whatever. But that is with nobody on base. All right, now let's talk about if there is runners on base. Let's say there's a runner on first base. The very first rule of thumb as an outfielder, you're always trying to throw 2 bases ahead of the lead runner. So if there's a runner on first base, you are looking to throw to third base on a ground ball hit to you, okay? If there's a runner, let's say there's runners on first and second, then 2 bases ahead of that lead runner on second base would be home, okay? So certain instances, if it's runners on first and second and it's maybe a sure double, obviously you're not gonna get that guy at the plate, so you have to look to throw elsewhere, but that just comes into hitting your cutoff man, okay? So that he can redirect that throw, all right? But let's say for this example, runner on first base, what you have to remember when there's runners on base is they're trying to obviously advance to that next base. So a lot of the times, unless it's an absolute screaming ground ball that we're afraid is going to get behind us, we kind of want to avoid in this situation getting down on that knee. Instead, what we want to do is we want to field the ball on our glove side, okay? There's, again, 2 different ways you can do this depending on comfort. The most common way is to field the ball. I'm a right-handed thrower, so to field the ball on your glove side. So my left foot goes out, okay, I go down like this, and I field the baseball like this so I can come through, step, and throw, or do my step behind move, okay? So the most common thing, field the ball on your glove side. You don't want to field it way out here. You want to almost field it, right outside your foot so you can come through with your crow hop, or again, come through with the step behind, okay? A lot of people, this is the most common, but a lot of people find that a little bit uncomfortable, or they find that they field the ball here and they just get taken way too many steps before they can actually get a throw off. So for some people, they actually like to field it with their right foot first and then field it like this. Personally, I was kind of back and forth on this because I like this method, because if the ball takes a bad hop, again, it's going to hit me in the chest and bounce off, and I'm going to still be able to make that play. If I'm like this, the ball might, crawl up my arm and get behind me. So it's really a personal preference. I would say the majority of major league players probably do it this way, okay? That's the more professional way to do it. But, you know, if it's more comfortable, don't be afraid to do it this way. Really, nobody's going to complain. No coach is going to complain as long as you're making those plays. But that is with runners on base. All right, the next one, obviously not every single ball is going to be hit right at us. There's going to be balls hit to our left, balls hit to our right. The biggest thing to remember with these is we want to create an angle and we want to set ourselves up in a good position to throw to whatever base we're throwing to, okay? So let's talk about ball to my left, okay? Boom, ball's hit. I realize it's a line drive or a hard ground ball to my left. The first thing you want to do is it's always better to overestimate the angle than it is to underestimate the angle. It sucks when you take off like this and then all of a sudden the ball gets behind you and you have to pull one of these. We want to avoid that at all costs, okay? So you'll really get the hang of it. It's kind of like if you just run to a spot and let your brain tell you exactly where to go. Your brain typically does a pretty good job at that, okay? So it should come pretty natural. But if anything, overestimate it. And all we're going to do, ball hit to our left, we're going to create an angle. We're going to go into our drop step, okay? So I'm going to try to avoid any false steps. I don't want to step forward with this foot and then step this way. I want to try to, you know, I'm in my ready position now. I want to try to just instantly, without any false steps, take this drop step, and I'm going to try and create an angle so that I can either, one, get around the baseball like this, or if it's really, you know, in the gap, something else I'd like to do, if there's a runner on first base, let's say, and I'm throwing to third base, I'm a right-handed thrower. Another thing that you can do is you can field it like this and then actually go into your spin move, and a lot of the times that's a lot quicker, okay? But biggest thing, left or right, let's do right now. Left or right, we want to get around the baseball if we can, create an angle. The ball to your right, it's much easier a lot of times to get around it a little bit and field it, you know, like you normally would. This one, the ball to your left, it's a little bit more difficult. Sometimes you're going to have to do that spin. So with all of these different situations so far, what you really want to do is you want to charge the baseball hard, okay? We never want to run to a baseball kind of, you know, lackadaisically. We want to get to a spot, and then as we're approaching the baseball, as we get closer, we want to kind of break down. We're not running full speed through the baseball, we're running hard to the spot, and then as we get closer, we're going to kind of break down, gather everything. That is on all the situations we've talked to up to this point. Now let's talk about the do or die play. Maybe it's, you know, late in the game, a tie ball game. You know, let's say it's bottom of the ninth and there's runners on first and second base, you're on defense. And obviously if the team, you know, up to bat gets a base hit, they're going to walk you guys off. Obviously you need to get that guy at the plate. It's a do or die play, okay? So in this particular instance, we really aren't trying to break down too much because we just don't have that time. It's a do or die play. You either make the play or you get walked off on it. It's really that simple. And sometimes you're going to make the play, sometimes you're not. That's just the game of baseball. But for the do or die play, really as soon as you recognize, let's say the ball's hit right at me, as soon as you recognize that, we're just charging full speed as hard as we possibly can. We're going to field it on our glove side. We're not really going to go into too much of a gather. Obviously, we still want to give ourselves the best chance to make the play. But, you know, time is absolutely everything. So we're going to field it like this, come up throwing, do a low, hard throw through the cutoff man's head, okay? And another important thing that I want to stress to you, in any situation when you're throwing to any base, you want to throw through the cutoff man's head, okay? You don't want to throw to the cutoff man. It shouldn't be a lob that barely gets to the cutoff man. You should be aiming to throw through him, so through the top of his cap, but not too high to where he can't, you know, catch the baseball and redirect it to a specific base, okay? So you're going to hear, as you progress throughout levels, coaches talk about that all the time. Hit your cutoff man. That's the most important thing as an outfielder. Hit your cutoff man and keep the double play in order. Coaches, you know, drives them up the wall when you miss a cut and a guy advances a base. So just hit your cutoff man. And I really like to stress long hop or no hop, meaning, you know, if you're going to throw through your cutoff man, let's say to home plate, you either give the catcher a long hop where the ball bounces way out in front of him and then it gives him a great hop right here chest high, or it's no hop, it's all the way in the air. But do not short hop him. Do not throw the ball where it's going to land 2 feet in front of him and he has to do a tough pick play. That's just a very difficult play. You can't expect him to make that. So make it easy for him. Throw through the cutoff man, long hop or no hop. So that's it, nothing too crazy, but hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Hopefully it gives you a little bit of a better sense of what to do in different situations as an outfielder, okay? So if you enjoyed this video, please give me a thumbs up. Get in the comment section below. Let me know what you want me to make future videos about. If you want more outfield videos, more hitting videos, you name it, I'm always down there reading your guys' comments, okay? As always, hit this little circle right here and subscribe to my channel. We're coming out with new videos every single week, so you want to make sure you're subscribed so you never miss a video. And as I mentioned earlier in the video, click on the very first link below this video. That'll take you to my website where you can get that free bat speed workout. It's going to help you improve your bat speed 5, 10, even 15 miles an hour. It's awesome. I put it together specifically for players like you, okay? So if you're serious, click on that link, 100% free. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.